What are three life lessons that every man should know? And sadly, some of these are not ones that we've been taught. And number three is very important. Hey, Jason here. If you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me now 10 years in the game as a nomad slash expat. I'm on my fourth country, third continent, here in Lusaka, Zambia, in the southern region of Africa. And what I've started doing is teaching, well, not teaching, but sharing some of the things that I've learned along this 10-year journey, whether it's about business, personal development, or the things that helped me have a successful 10-year long marriage up until the time that my wife suddenly passed away. Another thing that I'm starting to do is share with you some of the opportunities that I am seeing here in Zambia, in case you're already a nomad or thinking about becoming one, to save you some of the hassle and the time that that I had to spend, painstakingly learning some other countries, and help you understand, like, hey, if this is the lifestyle you're looking for, as far as wanting to have business opportunities, wanting to be in a place that's safe, be able to build your dream home or build that dream business that you thought of all these years, why you need to just come straight here to Zambia or the southern region of Africa. And so let's go ahead and get into today's topic. So this one's been going over a few days. I've been doing a bunch of studying, reading some of my go-to books that I read over and over again. But also I've been watching people through YouTube and other areas. And one of the things that I kept seeing is there's certain codes and principles that a lot of guys have not developed yet. And this is ranging from all ages, from the younger guys even up to guys older than me. And you're seeing it on YouTube. And this is one of the things I love about YouTube. It lets you truly see who people are. You cannot keep up a hidden agenda. You can't keep up this fake act of who you are 24/7, especially when you're doing video content with the video in the face like I'm doing now. And so the first lesson that I feel like most guys need to really learn, and this is a very important life lesson, is money magnetizes your character. Whether you get more money or you don't have as much, it is a magnifier. It will multiply and show people who you really are. I've seen time and time again when some of these people are on the internet, they're getting all the money coming in, the donations are coming. They are the happiest, they're living their best life, they got so much positivity to say. And then when those donations start drying up, they're very negative, they're angry, they almost don't even want to speak to their audience. And it's funny. It's funny because when you start really understanding the human psyche and psychology and how to better yourself, you start seeing these things within you. I remember I used to be one of those people, whenever I got money, especially if it was large sums, I wanted to go do something. I wanted to go spend on people, do all of this, do all of that. Now I'm more reserved. I'm like, okay, if all this money came in for a reason, what is it here for? Let me see, how can I move this money in a very particular way? How can this money go make more money for me? Like one of the times when we first bought our house in DeSoto, things were just moving slow, nothing was going right. I wasn't in my right mind at the time also, and I had the money for the house, all of this money just sitting in my account. And so I was angry, so I just went and bought an AK-47. Dumbest decision ever. Man, when I tell you, when I was going through my anxiety, all those mental health issues, I was making horrible decisions. Very bad decision making. Like if you saw that video where I was explaining the proper ways to sell, the proper ways to buy, the two type of buyers in the world, the emotional and the intelligent. Like I've learned all those things from analyzing myself over these years. This isn't just stuff I'm reading in the book and like, oh, the book gave me the answer. I had to develop these answers from doing deep, dark dives into myself and asking myself those hard questions. Why in the hell did you do this? And when you find out those answers, you're like, oh, wait. Okay, I understand that. I need to change my identity around this. And that's what happened. That's how I learned this. And so like, just always remember, money magnetizes your character. And when you go fluctuate from large sums of money to smaller sums of money, it really shows who your character is. And one of the things that I always tell people, when someone show you who they are, believe them. And so just be mindful of that. Let's just leave that one there. The second life lesson every guy should know, and by the way, this can apply for women also. My channel is more directed when I'm doing some of these things because it's a guy's perspective. I'm speaking to guys. I feel like guys need to start learning from guys, and women who are going through the same things and discovering, I feel that they are better equipped to handle women. It's just something that I believe. I'm just a little traditional on that. But the second thing is multiple streams of income. Unless you're working a job that is giving you a government pension or some type of pension, you need to be focused on multiple streams of income. One of the biggest liars within corporate structure, I don't even want to say corporate America, the whole world is under this corporate structure, is you can save enough money to retire off of. You're not. Because the moment you reach retirement and you have this large sum of money, what they're not telling you is inflation is kicking in. That money is not making money anymore. That money that you set away for maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago does not hold the same buying power as it did before. It has the same face value, but the buying power is what really shows you how much money is worth. So to give you an example, now that I'm in Zambia, my money, the buying power, multiplied by 28 times, because $1 is about 28 kwacha. So my buying power is increased. However, if I was still using that same amount of money with my military pension in the US, it does not have the same buying power. So just be mindful of the buying power. And so one of the ways to handle with the deflation of your buying power is by having multiple streams of income that are paying you monthly, quarterly, bi-quarterly, or yearly, depending on what you're getting into. So this is where I always tell people, never overlook any investment opportunity. Like I always share the story. I had the possibility to purchase Bitcoins when they were $50 per coin. Even when they went up to $500 per coin, I still was not purchasing Bitcoins. I didn't get into the crypto game, even though I had information on it, people that was around me that were doing it. I did not get into it until Bitcoins was reaching thousands of US dollars. All of that money that I lost because I was not willing to get into an investment, even when it was as little as $50 US. And so this is where multiple streams of income are important. Every single thing that can provide you income, that is more money coming in. That is battling the deflation of your money as far as from a buying power perspective. So never look past anything that you can make some money on, even if something as little as 10 cents a month. Every single penny counts. And this goes for no matter what currency you're in. I'm speaking in dollars because that's some of the currency that I'm used to, but it goes the same way for every currency. Like even now, I'm looking into getting into the Lusaka Stock Exchange, and I've been looking into dividend paying accounts. So I went up there to one of the offices and spoke with Stockbrokers Zambia Limited. They gave me this sheet here for me to read over, and it shows me that the dividend yield percentage for like a company like Airtel is 22.1%. Their stock is, let me see, I think the stock is about 200 some kwacha, but it's paying a 22.1% dividend yield, which is yearly. So that I know for sure that is going to be one of the stocks that I invest in once I'm able to legally invest on the Lusaka Stock Exchange. And some people may be like, oh, well, that's not that high. It's better than nothing. That is money that is constantly coming in, and that money is coming in at the current buying power of whatever the economy that you're in. And so please do not overlook number 2. Now, number 3, as I said in the intro, this is the most important. Now, this is specifically for guys. And before you start writing in the comments, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Just hear me out. Please hear me out. And what it is, the life lesson that you need to learn, and this is the last and most important, is you do not want to have physical relationships with every woman that you meet. This is one of the things that is destroying a lot of guys in this current world, no matter what country they're in. You cannot just sexualize every single woman that you meet. You're missing opportunities. You're missing blessings. Like, what if it's someone that you can do business with? Business and romance doesn't really mix well, especially if you're not looking to get committed into it, or if it's not something that's open up front where both parties are openly agreeing to it. And so I keep saying this a lot. I've seen this a lot from different guys I've met along my journeys. And this one here is serious. I've seen it cost people their retirement. It cost people their savings. It costs people their freedom. And I've also seen it cost people their lives. Like, please use a higher thinking when you're dealing with the opposite sex as a man, especially if you're going to become an expat. Just don't put yourself in any type of danger financially, physically, or health-wise, just over a few minutes of pleasure. And if you are looking for someone that you want to actually date and find that real person, then you need to start setting boundaries and start understanding what is it that you value in a woman. Once you find what you truly value in a woman, then you go look for the woman that expresses those things that you value. And then you make a decision on, okay, this is the one that I want to settle with, whether it's marriage, long-term dating, whatever it is. Like, that's between you and that individual. It's no one else's business. But then you support and you cheerlead her. Like, for the things that you value in her, you be that big supporter, that big cheerleader. So, like, for me personally, I like women who are entrepreneurial. I like women who are business minded. So when I'm with a woman that is business minded, entrepreneurial, I'm supporting it. I'm always like, hey, is this something that can be with your business? Hey, how's that going? Hey, oh man, that looks amazing. Like, it's very vocal and about supporting the thing that I value. And when you start doing it as the guy, you're going to start seeing, you're going to get all the loyalty and the other stuff that comes behind it. I think now we're in a world where, because so many guys were not raised by guys actually in healthy relationships, we're getting things mixed up, and we have to start this first. And the first way to start this, to build healthy relationships, is just come to the understanding you do not want to have sexual relationships with every single woman that exists on this planet. However it takes for you to come to that understanding, just come to it. It's going to help you out a lot. Now, this was just 3 life lessons that every guy should know. And just make sure you like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And most importantly, if you want to see any other videos like this, hit the bell so you can be reminded whenever I'm uploading videos. Any questions or comments, just leave those down below. And most importantly, just remember this: I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.